Hey everyone, my name is Shikha. I hope that you guys are doing amazing wherever you are. In this video, I wanted to speak to you guys about a personal pet peeve. I guess this is kind of a rant, but I think it'll be useful because there's a lot of people who do this out there. And if you're doing it, please, please, please stop doing that. Not only as an INFJ do I hate it because it's not fair, but as a human being in general, it really annoys me. So what I'm speaking about is the fact that there's so many people who ask me for advice all the time. And that's great. I want to, if I do know something or if I have knowledge about something, I want to share it with people because I want them to get to where I am or even further ahead than me, right? So people ask me for advice and I give it to them, and I am always looking to make sure that they actually use the advice that I give them. Again, that's perhaps an INFJ thing of mine, or because I want to make sure that I put it out there and actually they use it. But I have to say, like 99.9% of the time, most of the people that I give advice to or give suggestions to, whatever it might be, they are never used. They're never, ever, ever, ever used. And it kind of is like it's kind of like a deterrent to me because I'm thinking to myself, first of all, I have to remember that I'm giving out advice because I want to give out advice. I have to remind myself that I'm not giving out advice so they use my advice. I'm giving it out from my perspective, so I put out good karma in this world. And if they use it, they use it. If they don't use it, they don't use it, right? I have to kind of remember that. But even then, even if I remind myself of that fact, I still get annoyed when people don't actually use the advice that I give them. Because this is stuff that I've actually used and proven, and if you use it, you're going to be able to get to the point where you want to get to. So if you've been complaining about something and I give you advice that I know worked for me and you don't use it, then what's the point of complaining? That's when I actually realized that a lot of people actually don't want to change their circumstances. They're just complaining because they want to complain because they want to feel better about their circumstances. They're not actually going to do anything to change it though. And that's when the real kicker of it comes to me, because I think to myself, why are you talking about it with me and why are you wasting my time? Because if you're going to talk to me about it and you're going to ask me for advice, then use the advice I give you. If you're not, then don't tell me about all this stuff or don't ask me for advice. Don't bother. Just say that I'm ranting or complaining. I'm not going to actually do anything about it because I don't want to change my life. Again, of course, that's that's saying that you're actually coherent and self-aware and know what the hell is going on with your life. Of course, a lot of people are not at that point, and a lot of people just like complaining. That's another thing that I do not like, and a lot of times I'll actually give up on friends who complain a lot because I just don't want to be around that kind of energy. Complaining energy is really negative. It's more negative than negative energy, I think, because you're complaining just because you want to complain, because you want to prove to the world that you have a hard life. You're complaining because you want to make yourself feel better that you have such a hard life. But you're not complaining because you actually want people to give you advice so you can change your life. You just want to complain because you want to complain because you're going to complain anyways, kind of thing, right? And so I don't want to be around people like that. I don't want to be around them. I don't want to be around their energy. I don't want to be around complaining energy in general. I want to stay away from all that. So if there are friends in the past where they complain a lot and I notice that and I stop talking to them. I know that's like maybe perhaps a horrible thing to say, but I don't think so. Because my energy as an introvert is so precious to me that when people start complaining around me, I really deteriorate at that point. I get really sad and I get really tired, and I give a lot of my energy away so that those people who are complaining feel better, and then I feel terrible because I'm so exhausted by that complaining energy. So if you want to complain and just complain and not do anything to change your life, then do that. But don't bring me into it. Don't come and ask me for advice, because if you're not going to use it, then what's the point? The other side of the coin, obviously, is that, I am doing this for myself and I'm giving out advice because I believe that I want to make this world a better place. And perhaps even that 0.01% of people who actually use my advice will make this world a better place. And so I have a responsibility to the universe to give my advice to everyone for that 0.1%, for that 0.1% of people who are actually going to use my advice to use it, to be able to get it, right? Otherwise, if I didn't give advice at all, then that 0.1% of the population wouldn't be able to get my advice and won't be able to improve their life and get to this better world that we all want to get to, right? So there's obviously two opinions. I've said this before. INFJs are a mass of contradictions, And so I always can hold two contradictory opinions in my mind, and so I know I should be giving advice, but I also know that I hate giving advice then because it's not being used. Hope this makes sense to you guys. I don't know. I thought it was an interesting topic to bring up. Also, I wanted to rant about it. And I thought this is a good forum to do it at. If you guys have people who come to you and ask you for advice but don't actually use it, how do you guys deal with it? Let me know, because I'd love to hear from you guys. Or do you actually even deal with it? Do you just not even bother and not even look to that? Because you've given your advice and you're done with that part of your journey. They're going to do whatever they need to do with it. You don't care. Is that how you do it with it? I'd love to know. Let me know if you guys have time. Message me or comment below. And I'll talk to you guys the next time around. Bye for now.